my experience with game dev is interesting. I always wanted to develop games mainly because when I was a kid I liked this bitch. So when I got my first computer, I tried and I made some questionable stuff. I actually made a Fnaf game when I was like 10 and it's pretty different. I can do it. Welcome to One Night at Hell, also known as Camera Simulator because checking the cameras is pretty much the only thing you can do. Awesome. As I said, I use Construct 2, which uses the weird block system for the programming part. And when I tried real programming, I quit after 1 month because programming is for nerds. Actually, note from the editing here, I'm learning JavaScript now, so unfortunately I became a nerd. Continuing, this is until that day, the Metroidvania Month 19 started, and me and my friend Folhas decided we would participate in making a Metroidvania program. I would do the music and art, and this was the beginning of FUNGI. The first ideas we established for this project were pretty weird. We established it was going to be about a guy entering an alternative universe. Pretty simple. And this is the concept we maintained until the end. We expanded a bit on it. Now a big company discovered a portal underground and the player was hired to enter it and would document whatever the hell was inside it. So I drew some stuff and came up with this and this sprite shit. But things couldn't go that well, of course. Something happened. I showed it to Folhas and a couple of friends and they said it sucked. And it kinda really did. So I threw it at the trash bin and did this and this guy. It all would be about a world dominated by fungus and mushrooms, and it would have a mixture of a cartoonish style or something a bit more darker and weird, edgy. And you may have noticed that on this concept there are some interesting living beings, so I proceeded to make these guys. The enemies would follow the same concept as the world, dominated by fungus. Sadly, he never made to the final game. With that done, I made the final animation for the enemies and proceeded to work on the areas. This guy is from the tutorial, he's pretty slow and just attacks the player. Folhas came up with the concept of this one. Slender Boy is totally pacific, he only attacks you if you attack him. And The Last of Us would be... Oh my god. Some technical issue. And The Last of Us would be dumb as fuck, but really fast and strong. Cat would have... He would have... This guy... This one would have something like a hive mind, they would be both the same being? I don't know. Since it didn't make to the game, there weren't any solid ideas exactly. At this point we had a pretty solid base for the game, and while I did all of that, Folhas finalized the mechanics for the player and a basic enemy. So, while he did the game design, I proceeded to work on the areas. We decided the game will have 5 different places, them being the cave, the forest, the swamp, the underground, and the last one, the core. The cave would be where the player starts. It's basically a tutorial, introducing you to the movements, ambient, enemies, etc. The forest would have more stuff. I used the enemies I made and a couple more, and it turned out pretty well. The swamp was kinda similar, but it has some cool stuff, like this guy that doesn't have legs. We also had a copy of Moo from Mario, of Boo, and a mutant fly. The underground, talking about the tile set, it's a complete copy of the cave because I'm fucking lazy, but it has different colors and extra stuff. Nice. Proceeding then to the last area, the core. This is where I decided to expand even more on the lore. Basically, a couple of hundreds of millions of years ago, a group of people found out about the portal. Then the 4 chosen guys entered it and started experimenting and living on that bizarre world. But since humans didn't really have contact with the fungus that live inside it, they got infected and slowly became a part of that world. They eventually entered the core area and they found the heart, the literal heart of the world. They then, controlled by the fungus and of course by the heart, emerged into one big monster, used to protect that world. And after fighting enemies such as the buff faceless man, the fucking bird and this, you'd have to fight him. But there's a whole section of this video separated to talk about him. But not because of the reason you think. The reason for this is because everything went wrong. At this point, we had the car almost done, but we needed to add sound effects, we needed to add dialogues, and most importantly, we needed to program the whole fucking boss. Folha said we didn't have time to it, but I wanted this boss so bad I'd make a schedule for him to program this shit, because I already had made the art. So I made one, but we had 17 hours. So Folha decided literally to not sleep, and he tried it. But it didn't work. So we panicked. We tried to rush what was left, but at that point, there was no turning back. I mean, the gameplay was good, Folha did a great job programming, still there was something missing. We could deliver the game like that, and we did because we didn't really have a choice, but something happened. God listened to our praise. A light showed up in front of me, and they gave 2 bonus days for us to work on the game. Not only us, of course, the other guys too, but Folhas got some fucking sleep because it was almost fucking boiling, and we continued working on the game. But we had a shit ton of things to do in 2 days. So the dialogue system ended up sucking, the final boss ended up also sucking, not just that, but a lovely gentleman named Mo got fucking soft lock when we was playing it. So yeah, we ended up correcting it all at the end. But to be honest, the game turned out pretty well. The game was fun according to the people who played it, and we got some pretty good ratings. And with more than 133 games that were submitted, we ended up on the 13th place. This is like fucking awesome for me. I turned out really happy. So thanks a lot to the organizers of this game jam. You guys did a great job, even though I could have won it. And a special thanks to a really special thanks to Folhas. And as I said, he programmed this whole game. I just did the art. FUNGI is available for download, so if you want to play it, it will be linked in the description. But don't expect nothing wow awesome, because the game is really not that. But the game is good. If you want to play it, go play it. You certainly have fun. So this was FUNGI, and this was the Game Jam experience. Thanks for watching, and please now listen to me, okay? Listen, leave a like and leave a comment. This is literally my first video ever made, and I mean, I don't know if YouTube will help me or not. I really think not. So I need your help for this video to reach more people, please. And goodbye.